Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation, man. It feel like it's been forever since I made a video. There's a lot of moving parts going on in my life right now, so I'm trying to do the best I can to continue to bring you content. And I just hate that I was away for so long. I can't even remember the last time I uploaded a video, just thinking off the top of my head. But I wanted to cover some things that's been happening. Obviously, there was a big debacle with Charles Hawkinson from Cardano ADA and the XRP community. So we're going to cover some of that stuff, and then we're going to have some updates from James K. Fallon, and then some more stuff from Fred Rispoli and WheezyX. That is quite interesting. I'm going to try to make this one as streamlined as possible. It's 10 o'clock. Got to get ready for work tomorrow. But let's start with this video from Digital Asset Investor. And keep in mind some of these buzzwords that he uses here, because it's going to lead into the rest of our conversation in regards to some tweet threads. So Digital Asset Investor says, he sure did hit a lot in that question that I did not. Taken out of context, wowzer. So let's take a listen into this.
So it came as a tremendous surprise, the incredible wave of criticism I received for a single comment, which was taken out of context from an interview. I was in an interview called Thinking Crypto at my ranch and casually asked a question what I thought about a belief that the entirety of the Securities Exchange Commission is engaged in a financial conspiracy with Joe Lubin and the Ethereum group to solely single out and go after Ripple.
Switch gears and talk a bit about the crypto market at large. Folks wanted me to ask you, what do you think about what's happening with the SEC and all they're doing with crypto regulations? A lot of people not happy with Gary Gensler, the recent Kim Kardashian PR stunt, as well as the SEC Ripple lawsuit and the judge's, takes on what's been happening there as it relates to Ethereum and, the amicus briefs and things like that.
Yeah. Well, there's some people in the XRP community that are trying to invent this grand conspiracy that there was blatant corruption between the insiders at the SEC and Ethereum. And, I don't honestly think that that's the issue here.
So it came as a tremendous surprise, the incredible wave of criticism I received for a single.
So what Digital Asset Investor is doing here, he put his Charles Hawkinson's stance in regards of the question he thought he received. Like he's trying to, in a sense, warp it to fit his narrative on why he feels the way he feels about the XRP community. Now, as you can see, he says, I was asked a question on the belief of this conspiracy theory pretty much. But then if you go when Digital Asset Investor had clipped in Tony Edwards' Thinking Crypto actual interview, all he was asking was like, what do you think of the overall crypto market, the SEC's involvement in crypto with regulations, the amicus briefs, the SEC versus Ripple and the judges. That's all he asked. There was nothing about ETHgate, the Ethereum Free Pass timeline. There was none of that. And that's why Digital Asset Investor says he sure did hear a lot in that question that I did not, taken out of context. And that's literally what Charles is saying in this. He's like, if it's taken out of context, but literally he's literally contradicting himself, which is crazy. Now, with that being said, I can understand when it came to Charles Hawkinson, when he was actually on that podcast with Tony from Thinking Crypto, I could see what he was saying in regards of like, that's not he was saying that's not the bigger issue in his opinion. He thought he was talking about just, I guess he was reiterating the importance of getting proper regulations, setting a foundation, this and that. But in the grand scheme of things, the overwhelming concept is you literally disregarded the hard work of thousands and thousands of people, not even including those that, not even just speaking on those that's been affected, from what was it, like $15 billion that was wiped out when the lawsuit was dropped. But just like the hard work from Jason Foster from Empire Oversight, people that aren't involved with Ripple XRP, and, the likes of Johnny Deaton in the class action lawsuit and all members involved, the XRP community. So it's like you completely just, blanketed all of us, put us in a general category as conspiracy theorists. So, it seemed like the community just wanted, you to come out as, a force and a dominant figure within the crypto space and just, say, hey, I apologize for this. That's not what I was trying to do. But it seems like Charles kind of took the path of like, hey, you guys are wild and, attacking and all these different things. But it's like, if you really look at what was asked from Tony, it had nothing to do with hashtag ETHgate, Ethereum Free Pass, the scandal, none of that. He was just saying, hey, what are your thoughts on what's kind of going on? It's kind of interesting. Let me see if there's anything cool down here. Coming over here from this from Charles Hawkinson. It says, I think I've blocked most of the XRP trolls who continue to harass unprovoked. I've never seen a group so radically pick up a few words and run with it. Great job turning an ally into a disgusted and totally checked out. He says the XRP community, this is from XRP Crypto Wolf, says the XRP community is friends with the ADA community. I have no problem with you, and most feel the same way. Do not let a few trolls make you stereotype an entire community. We should be more united than ever with Ripple. Absolutely. XRP Crypto Wolf hit it on the head like he always does. Charles' response says, it isn't a few trolls. It's been an endless harassment campaign for days. I'm done with it. I want nothing more to do with XRP. The community has accomplished nothing but harming itself. Congratulations. So I can go on and, read through some of the rest of the tweet thread, but I want you to check this congratulations, like it's like a drop the mic moment for him. Coming over here to Alex Cobb's recent tweet here. This was on the 12th at 2 p.m. Alex says, Charles Hawkinson championing himself as supporting XRP from day one. Laugh out loud. So come over here. This is from David Swartz from December 5th, 2017 says, this is not a case where you can build yourself up by tearing other people down. Instead, maybe try to work with people who want the same things you do. Charles Hawkinson says, but I get it. Ripple is heading towards an IPO and you need to have a good relationship with regulators for a giant cash out. Congratulations. You've made yourself rich, but you did not make crypto better. So I don't know the full context behind all this, but I just thought it was interesting. This whole congratulations, mic drop moment that he it's kind of like it's kind of like an arrogant kind of like, almost in a sense like bullying, like, congratulations, kind of like trying to make you dumb, trying to make you feel dumb type thing. But regardless of anything, Charles Hoskinson had a lot of support and love from, the XRP community members. I know myself, that was one of the first digital assets that I've held myself and I still currently hold. But, to see this divide that's been created is quite sickening. And I spent 7 minutes on this, so I'm going to keep it moving. So this is from James K. Fallon. Obviously, this is just an update that I think we've covered a little bit, but just to kind of reiterate, it says Judge Torres over the SEC's objection grants iRemits and TapJet's request to file amicus briefs. So as you can see, there's more amicus briefs that's been, brought into this litigation that's only going to prove the use case and utility of XRP, literally making it and establishing not being a security. There was another one that says iRemit Inc. has formally filed its amicus brief in support of the Ripple defendant's motion for summary judgment. And sadly, James K. Fallon says he's going to be out for the next couple of weeks. So Johnny Deaton, Crypto Law US, will be posting the filings in his absence. So shout out James K. Fallon for always doing the great work, staying consistent with updating the community. It's absolutely massive. And obviously, XRP Crypto Wolf and the rest of the members within the community showing them love. I like this from Fred Rispoli. I thought it was interesting. He says, it's clear. Very clear that SEC has no chance of getting Judge Torres to reconsider her ruling and change her mind on ruling she took 1.5 months to review and write. So talking about the ruling of they have to present Ripple with the Hammond documents that we've been trying to get. It says both SEC and Ripple know this. Filing a reconsideration is next level of desperation, a level above the reconsideration with Judge Netburn. That will only damage SEC's credibility with the court further and cement its poor legal position. Much better option for SEC is just file request to appeal Judge Torres' decision. I believe, though, am not 100% sure the SEC has 60 days to file an appeal with the Second Circuit under 28 U.S.C.S. 2107. Normally 30 days, but goes to 60 if U.S. agency is the party. That's November 28, 2022. But SEC cannot drag out not providing order discovery for 60 days. But that is the time range on the issue. So coming over here, I thought this was funny. Stephon Huber says, 7th SEC motion for reconsideration on Himmel emails incoming. And then Fred says, if no reconsideration is filed, I think SEC has 60 days of files request. So obviously he was saying November 28, 2022. And Jeremy Hogan says, what sucks, legal term, is that it's normally 30 to appeal, but because the government agency is involved, it's 60 days. Why that is, I don't know. So, I mean, we're literally to the point as, as community members, especially those that's been around from, from 2017, 2016, 2015. I've been around since late 2017. So continue to hodl, accumulate what we can and just be constantly beat down, suppressed within, the crypto space in general. It's just like, gosh, we're just so due. We're overdue, but we're so close. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. Finally. I want to play this too. This from Wheezy X. It says, Timothy Massad, former CFTC chair, says that CFTC nor the SEC has authority to regulate non-security cryptos like BTC and Ether in cash markets. And Hester says nothing. So there was a big, cry out in the community for some time. Like Hester Pierce, like, hey, blow the whistle, Hester. Like, what are you doing? You're for us. You're crypto mom. Like, why are you silent? Why are you, you're saying all the right things, but there's very little action. So to see her reaction within this video was quite interesting. Let's take a look at it really quick.
But the big problem in the regulatory jurisdiction area is a real one, which is that neither the SEC nor the CFTC has authority to regulate the distribution and trading of crypto assets, which are not securities in that cash market, right? The SEC can only regulate things if they're securities. The CFTC can regulate derivatives based on crypto assets that are commodities, but it doesn't have full authority to set standards for how that cash trading market should operate. And frankly, that's where a lot of the activity is, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, that's a large part of the market. And we don't have a federal regulator with technically that power. But the big problem in the regulatory jurisdiction area is a real one, which is...
And as you can see, I mean, she's literally, look at her face. I mean, I've said this before on the channel, like, I don't know. No one knows, what's, holding her tongue or, what she has held over her or what her strategy is. No one really knows what's going on. Obviously, there's maybe some sort of greater plan or scheme that's, being rolled out. Who knows? But, to be considered and coined crypto mom and to only utilize, certain words that make the community excited, but you're doing very little in regards of, true action that we can see and that we're aware of is just merely interesting. That's why Caroline DeFam has been given mad love within the community for her, approach to this space in general, but in regards of the Ripple versus SC stuff, like trying to go out and meet with these companies and see what these blockchain companies are really doing in regards of their ability to be compliant and, just to show that this space needs fair and just regulations that allows it to flourish and not be hindered or stifled in its innovation and growth. Going to end on this one here. This is from Digital Asset Investor. It says, actually, we're just going to listen to it. Let's listen in.
So, Cheyenne, Grayscale's not the only company whose spot Bitcoin ETF application has been rejected. What other companies have been impacted?
They've rejected over a dozen of these applications. Wisdom Tree's application got denied again yesterday. That was their second go round, but there's been a bunch.
So what happens next, Cheyenne?
So basically, the SEC has until November 9th to respond to the brief that was filed yesterday by Grayscale.
And it gets to the question of whether crypto truly is risky within the traditional banking system and the connectivity, because there was a major announcement this morning, which is that Bank of New York Mellon, which is, I believe, the largest bank in the United States by assets, has officially now entered Bitcoin custody. And the interesting question that is raised by that is that they are a bank holding company that is regulated by supervised by the Federal Reserve. My company, as you know, has a lawsuit against the Federal Reserve, and I am about to make some news. You will see a filing from my company in that lawsuit pertaining to the announcement this morning, because the Federal Reserve filed filings last week talking about the risk to the financial system from crypto, and then today, a Federal Reserve supervised bank holding company enters crypto. We've been waiting for 2.5 years to do that. And look what the Fed actually said last week versus what it did today.
So
that awkward silence was just cringe, but dang. Digital Asset Investor says, everyone piecing it together. It's not that the Fed, the SEC, Treasury are against crypto, whether it's a Bitcoin ETF, custody, or deciding which are securities. They just want to make sure their Wall Street friends own the space. It's a big club and you ain't in it. And that's, man, we've been preaching out on this channel. I mean, that's literally based on the evidence we have, based on what's been said and what's been done and how this space is being truly stifled and hindered in its growth and just its ability to solve real world problems and just these ability for these blockchain companies to do their thing. It's quite evident. Like what Tim Draper says, someone had put it down here. Yeah, like when Tim Draper was talking with Chairman Gensler, he was saying real stuff like, no. These incumbent banks are terrified to hear these things. They're terrified of digital assets, and they're terrified that, the little guys are in the space. And what they're trying to do is trying to do everything in their power, based on the evidence we have here, in my opinion. They're trying to do everything in their power to scare you, do all these things, set up regulations to put more fear and set everything, pretty much put everything into their lap. They can accumulate, they'll tell you one thing, accumulate in the background. So like he says, they can hold a bigger piece of the pie. So leading into this whole new emerging financial system, they're going to be the dominant force again. The incumbents are in control of the space. And that's just the reality. And, maybe it's inevitable. I don't know. I'm just glad that I'm doing the research. I'm in this space every day, trying to do the best that I possibly can to, position my family, for a future of success and prosperity. I mean, straight up. And ending with this digital CoinGecko stuff, we're still under $1 trillion market cap, sitting at 984 billion. Bitcoin at 19,819, Ethereum 1330, XRP sitting at 50 cents. And then we are still in the extreme fear range, sitting at 24. But that's the update I have for you. I'm so glad to be back. I'm hoping I can put out a video tomorrow, and then obviously I'm going to have the weekend off, but I'm going to do my best to get something out. I'm really glad to be back. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at Crypto is Key 1. I really appreciate your support. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.